Hey there, Reed here. I'm back here with my chickens today for a minute. Just set up this IBC container with that bit of PVC you can see coming off of the main catch off the roof, and got it running. We even though I think the snow would be easier to see this way. Still winter here, but we're about to have a big rainstorm tomorrow, and that basically means we're coming out of freezing weather, and so I figured let's start to catch the weather for the year. Now that IBC container mixed with those two blue barrels you can see in the background there ought to hold all the water that I need to keep the birds watered. I'm gonna say for the year, but that obviously goes along with the fact that it rains. But it ought to get through our dry spell of the summer. I have at least one repair I need to do on that blue tank system. The cutoff valve has a very small leak. I think I can do a patch on it. And that's great. Get that taken care of in the next day or so. Probably not this storm because I gotta watch my kids tomorrow. But in the coming week or so. So I'm pretty happy. Here, I'll change it. That's a bunch of sheep wool on the hugel beds there. So they're all set. They're just waiting for spring. I found this little parsley plant. I don't know if it's going to have survived our little bit of winter blast, but that's looking good. So with this area set up now, I gotta just clean up my tools. Then I'm going to move over here. The next thing to set up is this IBC container and convert that to my aquaponics setup. Main holding tank for the fish and a grow bed on top, and then going into the greenhouse for some more beds there. And then I can start dialing in this area again for spaces. I'm going to keep that area a bit more wild than this zone 1 path that I walk past every day. Now that I won't have to go over to that area to turn on a spigot. The chickens are happily moving through material, but they're knocking it outside, which I really don't like, so I'm gonna come over here. Oh, there go my gloves. Anyway, which I don't like, but let's close that door. I was racing back and forth, so to deal with all this water stuff. So now this is actually like at a height here. I'll turn it around. So because the landscape slopes, this isn't the biggest problem being right here. It just means I walk a couple steps down and I'm easily under it, which is great. It actually makes it a little bit more safe. I had a small bit of this chain link fence, which 90% of the time actually makes it a lot more stable to walk out here. And I'm kind of interested to see if it's a little Oregon grape plant will come and pop back up. You can see it there and there, actually doing fine with the birds right around here. And here, I'll show you my little leek one, a couple of leaks. So there's, let's see, you can see that little leak spurting up. So it's not huge. There's no cutoff anywhere else over here, so I think what I might do is pick up 2 of them so that I can have one here. I'm tempted, but they're a little expensive, to put one up here on my main intake, so that when these are full, I can just fully cut it off and have the rest of it going to the IBC container. I'm not too concerned about that leak. It's right at the tank, and again, if I had a cutoff over here, then it would really not be an issue. you know, that's virtually the peak of my drum. A little extra moisture on the ground, it's not a big deal to me. And then, you know, you might say, what's that? Oh no, that's baling twine, which comes in mulch grass and stuff for the birds, and or for the mulching our beds and things. And then here, as I've got my valve, I got a spigot I'm going to put onto there, and then that's at a reasonable height that it's going to come through the fence line here on a garden hose that I already have worked out. I'm going to drill a hole probably around the break between the floors in the greenhouse and in the chicken coop, and then I'll show you where it's going to go in here. It'll come through where that white bottle is, then it'll come across the floor right on that same level over to here, and then I might move the water right to there, but it'll be able to fill this up, and that is the primary use of that water, is to keep there being some water in here. Now check this out, this is amazing. So this chicken is just over here scratching away, and you know, I've chatted with some other people who have chickens and have landscaping type businesses, and they're like, yeah, I grind up all my stuff before I give it to the chickens. And I'm just like, there's no need to do that. I just put whole leaves in here, and the chickens do most of all the work for me. Now, my other ponderance is, you can maybe see that there's, like, you know, the floor is not a solid structure. There's some slits in it. And so I wonder what the composition of the earth is under here. I got to imagine it's amazing. But yeah, the birds are all seemingly pretty happy. If we look out this eastern window here, those so yeah, the video is not going to be great through that grate, but that is my manure. That's where I empty out the coop on a yearly basis. It's nice using this deep litter method because of that. And that's my little update for you today. Time for me to clean up and get on to my next round of activities. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing the updated version of this setup, and I'll keep you posted as to how that all continues to go. Have too much fun.